Hey, what's up guys, Taylor here bringing you guys another Tower Fantasy video, and today I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the game so far. We're a week into the actual release, and I just think that we should probably clear some things up, talk about the state of the game, and talk about actually what I think so far, having played this game every day and seeing what could be done. Tower Fantasy has been out for about a week now in China, and I think despite reviews seeming mostly negative or neutral, I think the game itself is in a pretty decent state. And by decent, I mean it's setting up a good state to be fixed up and cleaned up. Obviously, the game isn't perfect. I've run into my fair share of issues myself, but I think that the content loop of the game is quite fun, and I think I can find myself playing this game for months on end just due to the natural sense of progression that we go through. Typically every day you log in, you get your quests, you do your story quests, then you do your dailies, then you may try to get to level cap, or you can do any of the numerous things you can do on your bounty board. That's what I call it, but the task giver thing. And those missions are fun. You can redo them as much as you want. The game is quite free to play friendly. I like the way the game exists in its current state. I don't see there to be any reason to change the main gameplay loop. I like the idea of logging in every day, doing your missions, doing your dailies, doing what's left on your bounty board. Then if you really want to keep going or keep raiding or doing more, you can get a refill on your vitality, but if you don't want to and you're done for the day, you're done, you can log off and you're good. You have multiple hours of content every single day of things you can do, and to be honest, even despite it being a week long of things, it doesn't seem very repetitive. The story quests themselves, although sometimes feeling a bit uninspired, can feel fine. And if we're comparing it to Genshin, I think the game itself is at the same level. Not graphically, but gameplay-wise, I think they both follow a pretty similar strategy of gameplay loop, which is log in daily, do your missions daily, run out of resin or whatever material that the game has, and then log off for the day. And I think it's fine. I like that sense of progression because it feels like you're getting something done every day. It feels like you're actively doing something kind of different every day. There is no shortage of things to do in Tower Fantasy, at least where I'm at so far, and I'm currently at level 37. I've enjoyed the time I've had so far. I've liked doing the missions, the raids. I'm excited to try out PvP for the first time. I think everything as it stands is in a pretty solid state. But when it comes to the issues of the game, this is where I kind of wane off a little bit. I trust Hada Studio in its pursuit of making a really good game, because coming from where we were in early 2020 to now, the game is in a completely different state. It looks awesome. It looks great. They just have to fix up some bugs. I think Hada can work very quickly. I have a complete faith in them. They've done things like that really well, and they're just really talented developers. They work really, really hard, and they work really quickly. So when it comes to these bugs or issues, as long as players keep reporting them, I think that they're able to be fixed pretty easily. I don't see them as being the kind of thing that'll just destroy the game. And I don't see it being that kind of thing. Despite reviews, the game isn't doing that bad for itself. It has over 1 million downloads already. It's doing pretty good in terms of charting. I feel like the reviews will start to warm up a bit once the game finds its stride. We're very much in a state where the game has no real identity just yet. I think it's still kind of finding itself out of the Genshin Impact clone kind of phase that it's been in, and now Tower Fantasy is trying to find its own stride in China. It's gonna have to do that same thing again in America, but in China it's doing that right now. And when it comes to that journey that they're going on right now, they have to fix out the bugs, fix out the issues, listen to the community. And Hada has constantly done that. They've been listening, they've kept their ear to the floor, and they've always been listening. But I think the next step to getting that community back is by fixing those issues. Again, I haven't run into anything truly game-breaking myself. For the most part, it's just been relogging and then I fix the issue. But some people have reported some super big bugs and super big exploits. And I hope those are fixed. They've already stated to be publicly banning people. They've posted public bans of users on their TapTap page, so they are not afraid to just start banning people for messing with the game in any way. I think this is a great start. They're really finding their identity, and I think once they fix up the game, I think the game will have a No Man's Sky kind of approach in China. When it comes to the game releasing globally and the reception there, obviously we can't really tell the future, but I think that if they release the game in a polished state that they feel proud of and they feel proud of sharing to the Chinese audience in their big bug updates, I think that we will see a community gather around this game. I think one thing I want personally is for the Tower Fantasy community to actually exist globally. I want there to be a big community. It doesn't have to be as big as Genshin. It doesn't have to be as big as any other game, but I just want there to be a sizable community of people who are passionate about the game and people who love the game. And I think to get that first, they have to actively fix those bugs. And I know Hada Studio is doing that. They know that. They want that to be the case. As things stand, I think the combat, the gameplay loop, everything really so far has just been fine. I don't see this game as the godsend of games that's meant to save all gamers, but I don't see it as the worst game on earth. A lot of people have come to the consensus that the game's okay. It's all right. It's in a pretty fine state. It's not broken. It's not super buggy. It's fine. And I'd rather have a fine game than a bad game. And I think that's what Hada Studio wants to do before the game goes global, and I hope that is the case if and when it does go global. So I think the future for this game is pretty good. I have strong hope in Hada Studio and what they're able to do. I have pretty strong faith in the future of this game, and I think that Tower Fantasy won't be going anywhere for quite a bit. So be sure to let me know what you think about the game so far in the comment section down below, what you think of the game via watching it or by playing it yourselves. What do you guys think? I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear the community's opinion, because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We're all trying to support Hada on their journey to coming here. So tell me what you think. Maybe they're reading this. I don't know. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tanler, and I'm out. See ya.